there has been no day since 2010, since all of this started in 2010, where somebody hasn't been really horrible to me for no reason. Not one day. Not one day that I have lived through during all that time. We're past the 5-year mark. You know, it's moving into 6 years now, and there's no reason for it. So I went to Panera to study. I have to study. You know, the library closes at Bunker Hill at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's open from 8 to 4. And I had class this afternoon, and I actually did some work this morning, and you can't study at a shelter. It's like impossible to study at a shelter. You just don't understand, you know. And as far as like going back to the shelter, usually someone's mad at me, even though my curfew is until 9, so I can study. There's usually somebody who's giving me a rough time because it's like, you know, it's like 10 or 10:30 before I go to bed. You know, I mean, it's just there's at no time ever is there nobody giving me a rough time. Never, right? And for what reason? Like, what do you think I'm doing? I'm not doing anything to anybody. You know, what have I said all this time? I've said, okay, you can't have sex with kids. You can't videotape people in bathrooms. You can't harass people. You can't stalk people, right? And the people who have caused all this, I don't see them experiencing any consequences for it. I don't see anything happening to them. They're not even sorry. They're still doing it. They're still doing all the things they've been doing and doing just fine. And that bothers me, you know, because I'm treated with total hatred every day. So, you know, I went to the cash register, and this is not the first time I had this experience either, where I get something, I scan the entire menu for something that I, you know, can sort of afford, which I can't really afford anything, you know, but I still look for something that I can eat and also am alright with eating, you know. And then as soon as my payment is, as soon as I've paid, whoever it is like coughing in my face. That has happened. That happens to me all the time. You know, as soon as I get the money. Some people don't even wait. Some people don't even wait. It's like as soon as I walk in the door, you know, they're ready to be horrible to me for whatever reason. You know, it's just like. But this time it was like as soon as my credit card like actually went through the register, the girl was like, so I guess maybe because she saw the name on it, and she's like, bleh. And that's great. That's great. You know, when someone is taking a food order from you, having like coughing in your face. And then I studied. You know, studied. I was there from, I don't know, was it sometime after 3? Like sometime after 3, I think, until now. And it's like about 8 o'clock right now. You know, but I didn't just like sit there, so I got like, what did I get? Like, I got like half a sandwich and a cup of tea, and I sat with that for a few hours, and then I got a bagel. But I spent almost $10 there, you know, and that's a lot for me. And it wasn't like it was really busy, so it wasn't like I was just like taking up a chair or a table or anything, and literally all I did was sit. And then there was this, I feel like the lady came out, another lady came out with a broom a few times, like spent a little more time than she needed to, although, you know, of course, you know, whatever, people need to clean, so I didn't really make an issue out of any of it, really. And then there was this like incident where these are people. Panera has like, they have codes for the bathrooms, and then when you get your receipt, they put the code on the receipt. Oh, I want to say this too. When I went to the register to get the bagel, this guy is, you know, I can see him like sort of in the kitchen part. He can see me, and he's changing the garbage. I mean, he has gloves on, but he's like changing the garbage. He's like, I'll be there in a minute. And then I'm standing there, and I'm like, is he gonna wash his hands? I'm just wondering, because I just kind of had a feeling about it. He walks me through garbage. He takes off the gloves and then walks up to the register and looks at me. And I just said, I should have. So maybe I should have said it more nicely. But what I said was, you have to wash your hands. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he did. And then I was just, you gotta be kidding me, right? And then there was this incident, I think sometime like maybe a half hour, an hour before then, where there was this line of women at the restroom because we couldn't get in with the code. Like we knew it, because I think they change the code every so often, right? But they hadn't changed it that day. So we all knew the code, but the thing wouldn't let us in. Like we were like putting the code in the door, the thing wouldn't let us in. It's these ladies with their little girl. You know, it's like, I don't know, it was like a family, it was like, I don't know, like maybe aunt or something with their little girl, with like a little girl. And then this American woman walked up behind us. I could not figure out this woman. She was like, this American woman, she was probably 10 years younger than I was, at least, right? Maybe 25, 26, something like that. Maybe a little bit older. And she just stands there, and it's like, I don't even know what happened. She goes, well, you didn't, she's like, she goes, what is this one, 2CBR70. I don't even know what the deal was with her. She was like totally unfriendly. She's standing there. It's like she's making some kind of intelligence test out of whether or not we can all get into the bathroom. Because she's like, well, you know, you have to wait before you put the code in. And we're all looking at her, and I'm like, do you know the code? And she's like, yes. And then she just like stands there, like she's not going to tell us what it is. She's like, do you know what the code is? Yes. Like it's this big thing, like it's not just a code to a Panera bathroom. Like it's some incredibly important like secret military code where, you know, I mean, I don't know, it was just like, she was so nasty, she was so unfriendly. And then, okay, and then she goes, okay, and then she said what it was, and then we were like, okay, well, we tried this. She's like,